I know you also started a foundation.
Yes, we have
And
started.
what is the focus of your foundation?
I think the focus of our foundation is health, education, empowerment, and disaster relief.
Forbes' list of the richest people in Africa put Aliko Dangote on the magazine's cover as the richest African again. Dangote has been ranked number 1 for 12 consecutive years. The 2023 list features 19 billionaires, up by 1 billionaire from last year. The addition to this list is South African entrepreneur Christopher Wiese. For perspective, you would have to make $500,000 every year since the death of Christ to have 1 billion in 2023.
Wait, what?
Now, think that Dangote has $13.5 billion in net worth. You get thinking, what kind of lives do these billionaires lead? How did they amass such vast wealth? And what are the simple blueprints you can use to replicate their success? The wealthiest people in Africa have collectively seen a decline of $3.1 billion in their fortunes over the past year. Together, the continent's 19 billionaires are now valued at approximately $81.5 billion, a drop from their $84.9 billion worth a year ago, even though one more billionaire has joined their ranks. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Africa's performance isn't as strong compared to other parts of the world. Specifically, North America boasts the highest number of billionaires with over 1,000 people. Europe follows with 954 and Asia with 899. The Middle East has fewer billionaires, totaling 191, but this number is rapidly increasing. South America has 12, while the Pacific has 7. Billionaires hold considerable significance in the global economy, and Africa's billionaires are no exception. They symbolize the continent's growing prosperity. Despite the relatively small number of billionaires in Africa, the account has been on a swift rise for the last 5 years, indicating the continent's economic advancement. Billionaires create employment opportunities, invest in enterprises, and positively impact the African economy. Africa needs billionaires. The combined richest men in Africa employ an estimated 15 million people. This figure is based on data from the Forbes World's Billionaires List 2023 and the African Development Bank. It is important to note that this figure is an estimate, as tracking the number of people each billionaire employs is difficult. However, it provides a general indication of these individuals' significant impact on the African economy. Comment "I will be a billionaire" in the comments section if you believe Africa needs more billionaires like Dangote.
We just need to think like them.
These billionaires also serve as role models for young African entrepreneurs. Their accomplishments motivate Africans on their entrepreneurial journeys and generate wealth for the African continent. African billionaires demonstrate that achieving remarkable feats within Africa is feasible, while providing a roadmap for other entrepreneurs to emulate. Their wealth can be channeled to tackle Africa's challenges by supporting education, healthcare, and other social initiatives that have the potential to enhance the lives of millions of Africans. Their influence can be harnessed to advocate for policies that foster economic growth and development across the continent. African billionaires have a range of businesses, but a few areas stand out. The most common sector among African billionaires is natural resources. These billionaires come from the mining, oil, gas, and agricultural industries. Africa's vast resources like oil, gas, diamonds, gold, and copper play a big role. Another prominent sector is telecommunications. African billionaires are found in mobile phone networks and internet services. This is due to the fast growth of phones and the internet in Africa as more people want to connect. Retail is also significant. Billionaires here own supermarkets, malls, and other shops. The expanding middle class in Africa wants more things to buy, driving this growth. Finance is home to billionaires who made money in banking, insurance, and investment. This is because Africa's economy is growing, and the financial sector is part of that. Tech is newer on the list but is growing fast. More Africans are using technology, and this creates chances for new businesses. Besides these, some billionaires made fortunes in other areas like construction, manufacturing, and real estate. The time this video was created, there are 19 billionaires in Africa, and they come from 7 different countries. South Africa holds the record with 6 billionaires, the most in the region. The Egyptian billionaires are Naguib Sawiris with 3.3 billion, Nassif Sawiris with 7.3 billion, Yassine Mansour with $1.1 billion, and his elder brother Yusuf Mansour with $1.5 billion. Nigeria boasts Aliko Dangote with a net worth of $13.5 billion. Abdul Samed Rabiu with 7.6 billion and Mike Adenuga with 6.3 billion. In South Africa, there are Jonan Rupert and family with $10.6 billion, Patrice Motsepe with $3.2 billion, Nikki Oppenheimer and family with $8.4 billion, Kos Becker with $2.6 billion, Michelle Leroy with $1.2 billion, and our newest member, Christopher Weiss with $1.1 billion. Algeria is represented by Issad Ribrab and family, who has a net worth of $4.6 billion. Morocco by Aziz Akhanok and family with $1.5 billion, and Ottoman Benjulu and family with $1.3 billion. Zimbabwe has Strive Masiyiwa with $1.9 billion. Tanzania is not always left out. Representing Tanzania is Mohamed Dewji with $1.5 billion. Have you ever wondered how these super rich individuals manage to amass their fortunes? And have you thought about why Nigeria and South Africa boast the highest number of billionaires? Could this be due to more economic opportunities in these countries, or maybe influenced by political connections? Are these billionaires a result of government support? Well, that's a story for another time, and while it's a bit tough for me to give a definite answer, I'm sure you are thinking about it. Feel free to share your thoughts with me in the comment section.
And don't forget to smash that subscribe button!
Of the 19 billionaires, only 3 can be considered as having owed money or inheriting their wealth. They are Nassif Sawiris, Yassine Mansour, and Mohamed Mansour. The other 16 African billionaires are self-made, creating wealth through hard work and clever thinking. Let's use Aliko Dangote as an example. Although he grew up in a middle-class family, Dangote had an entrepreneurial spirit from a young age. Dangote developed a keen interest in business because he spent much time with his grandfather during childhood. He once said, "I can recall when I was in primary school, I would buy cartons of candies and then sell them to make money. I was so intrigued by business even back then." Following his university graduation in 1977, Dangote persuaded his uncle to lend him money for a startup. With the loan, he began importing basic goods like rice from Thailand and sugar from Brazil at bulk prices. He sold these products in small quantities to people in his village, making a good profit. The business boomed quickly, becoming a major source of income. According to Dangote in an interview with Forbes, he sometimes made around $10,000 in net daily profit. This allowed him to pay back his uncle within just 3 months. Dangote's strategy involved reinvesting most of his profits into his ventures, a key factor in his company's growth. In an interview with Al Jazeera News, he mentioned that they don't hold onto money in banks as many others do. Instead, they fully put their funds back into investment. Unlike several wealthy Nigerians who amass fortunes through oil, Dangote initially chose a different path, although he later entered the oil and gas industry. To utilize his funds, he is working on an extensive oil refinery in Lekki, aiming to commence operations in 2025. If successful, this project could significantly decrease Nigeria's dependence on foreign oil supplies, ending importing $7 billion worth of fuel annually. This refinery, costing $15 billion, is Nigeria's largest industrial undertaking, projected to yield 650,000 barrels of oil daily. We have produced a video about it. If you haven't seen it yet, you can watch it here. African individuals with considerable wealth have made meaningful contributions to their communities and society, extending well beyond just amassing riches. They have established foundations and organizations to champion charitable endeavors. For instance, consider the Dangote Foundation, one of Africa's largest charitable bodies. With its focus on Nigeria, it has generously funded education, healthcare, and initiatives to alleviate poverty. Another case in point is the Tony Elumelu Foundation, initiated by an African billionaire. This foundation lends support to programs fostering entrepreneurship and leadership growth in Africa. The impacts of these African billionaires' efforts are significant and have wide-reaching effects. They are actively enhancing the lives of millions of individuals throughout Africa, while simultaneously contributing to creating a more prosperous and just future for the entire continent. It's not to imply that everything has been smooth sailing for these billionaires. They have encountered various challenges on their path to success, such as economic uncertainty, political influence, and worldwide market shifts. Africa, as a continent, has a history of economic ups and downs. This has made it tough for companies to plan for the future and invest in long-term projects. Additionally, Africa has a history of political instability, which has created an unpredictable environment for businesses to operate in. African billionaires must navigate intricate political situations and handle governments tainted by corruption. Moreover, African businesses face competition from companies in other parts of the world. This can be particularly tough since African businesses often lack access to funds and advanced technology. African billionaires have had to be creative and discover ways to compete on a global level. To make this clearer, let's look at a few examples. Dangote began his business journey during the 1970s when Nigeria was in the midst of a civil war. Mike Adenuga, Nigeria's third richest person and the founder of Globacom, one of the largest mobile networks in Africa, started his business in the 1980s when the military governed Nigeria. Patrice Motsepe, South Africa's wealthiest individual and the founder of African Rainbow Minerals, one of Africa's biggest mining companies, kicked off his business career in the 1990s following the end of apartheid in South Africa. Here are some important lessons and ideas that emerging entrepreneurs can adopt for their startups, drawn from the experience of African billionaires. African billionaires encountered numerous obstacles while striving for success. Their ability to remain persistent and resilient in the face of challenges played a key role. If you are aiming for success as an entrepreneur, you must be ready to confront difficulties head-on and find ways to overcome them. The world of business is in a constant state of change. To thrive as an entrepreneur, you should prioritize innovation and flexibility. This means generating fresh concepts and adjusting your business to match shifts in the market. Achieving success demands a deep passion for your business. Without genuine dedication, it becomes tough to prosper. Be prepared to dedicate extensive hours and hard work to construct a thriving venture. Entrepreneurship inherently involves taking risk. Refusing to take risk can hinder your progress. However, it's vital to be smart about risk taking. Always assess the potential risk against the potential gains before making decisions. No entrepreneur can triumph single-handedly. Building a capable team of individuals who share your vision and are dedicated to your goals is vital. African billionaires have to give back to their communities. Despite an argument about whether that is enough, they have utilized their wealth to bolster education, healthcare, and other social initiatives. If your entrepreneurial journey leads to success, consider giving back to the community. These billionaires aren't just figures on a list but symbols of determination, innovation, and resilience. They have overcome economic challenges, political uncertainties, and global competition to build their empires. Their stories remind us that success often requires navigating rough waters with unwavering determination. Beyond their financial achievement, African billionaires offer invaluable lessons for aspiring entrepreneurs. They demonstrate the power of passion, innovation, and calculated risk-taking. They remind us that building a thriving business requires individual brilliance and the ability to assemble a strong team, embrace change, and give back to the community. Moreover, these billionaires have not forgotten their social responsibilities. They actively address societal changes, improve education and healthcare, and alleviate poverty through philanthropic efforts. These billionaires serve as beacons of hope and change. Their journeys are a testament to the possibilities that await those who dare to dream, work hard, and persist despite the odds. So, as we reflect on their stories, let their achievements inspire and remember that the pursuit of greatness is a journey worth embarking upon one step at a time. Which of these billionaire stories resonated most with you? And how can you apply their lessons to your goals? Let me know in the comments. I will be reading them. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.